You can have perfect grammar and still sound hesitant or unsure in British English. Today, I'm going to go through 3 common pronunciation mistakes that quietly reduce your confidence in speaking English, especially at work. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Nisreen. I'm a speech and language therapist, a linguist, and a TEFL-trained teacher. And I create videos to help you improve in your confidence when it comes to speaking and learning British English. So what are some common errors in your speech patterns that can make you sound less confident to another native English speaker? Let's have a look at some of the common errors. I just want to reassure you, these aren't beginner mistakes. I see these errors in advanced speakers, professionals, and English students all the time. Mistake number 1, wrong sentence stress. Imagine you're in a meeting and your manager asks what happened with a deadline, and you respond with this sentence. Grammatically, this sentence is perfect, but depending on which word you choose to stress, the meaning and how confident you sound can completely change. So if you said it like this, I sent the report yesterday. I sent the report yesterday. When everything is stressed the same, English listeners don't know what's important. It can sound hesitant and like you're unsure of your point. Nothing in the sentence stands out, and so you don't stand out. Compare that with a more natural way of saying that sentence, like this. I want to ask you about the report. I want to ask you about the report. In natural British English speech, we don't pronounce every single word fully or with equal stress. We reduce the words that aren't as important, and these are function words like to, of, and, but. These are words that we don't consider so important in the sentence, and hence we don't stress them. And that's why you'll find the schwa sound in a lot of those words. For those interested, I do have a video that talks specifically about the schwa sound, so do check it out if you wanted to practice using that. Mistake number 2, overpronouncing every word where there is no reduction in your speech whatsoever. This one is about tension and ease when you're speaking, and it's really common in advanced speakers who are trying to be accurate with their speech and correct with their speech. It's also very common with non-native English speakers where their native language does have equal stress. So let's take this sentence. If it's said where we're overpronouncing the words, it sounds like this. I want to ask you about the report. I want to ask you about the report. Again, it is grammatically correct, but it sounds tense, like every word matters, when actually we want to highlight the words that matter, not every single word. It also sounds quite scripted and not really natural, not that it's coming from you, it's something that you're reading off a script. So that can also make it quite hard to be perceived as someone competent and confident in what they're saying when it comes across that way. Now let's practice an example together. Let's use this sentence. Let's say your boss is asking you a question about when they can get the report from you. And we want to emphasize the day, i.e. Friday, is when they'll get it. So say it with me with correct stress. I'll finish the report by Friday. I'll finish the report by Friday. Remember, you don't need perfect pronunciation. You need intentional stress. Just to give you a tip, in English, we tend to stress content words, and content words are mainly verbs and nouns and pronouns as well. So these are the words that you will find when listening to an English speaker are going to be more stressed than the smaller words like to and but, so, etc. Let's take another example. Let's look at this sentence. Notice how I say it the first time compared to the second time. Our team's performance improved this month. Our team's performance improved this month. Second version. Our team's performance improved this month. Our team's performance improved this month. One sounds like a fact, the other sounds like I'm correcting someone or showcasing that I have improved or our team has improved, with the emphasis on the word improved. In English, we stress new or important information, not every word. Here's the sentence again, but I'm going to stress one of the words. So listen out for it. I sent the report today. I sent the report today. Second version. I sent the report today. I sent the report today. Third version. I sent the report yesterday. I sent the report yesterday. Depending on which part of the sentence will be most important for my listener, I will use most likely one of these three versions of that sentence. I will sound clearer and intentional, even if that message is uncomfortable. Confidence comes from choice. If you know which words you want to stress, it sounds like you are more confident in what you're saying, and it's actually more believable to the listener. Let's try another example. This sentence. Again, if I had no reduction in any of the words, this is how it would sound. I have to go to the meeting. I have to go to the meeting. Now, if we want to sound more natural and comfortable in our English, we would say it like this. I have to go to the meeting. I have to go to the meeting. So the fix is, with this error, is to reduce those function words, those non-important words, and stress only those words that we really want to show are important in the sentence. Keep your energy for the important words. Mistake number 3, rising intonation at the end of statements. To avoid this error, you need tone awareness, not strict rules. This error shows up a lot in professional settings, especially meetings or interviews. This type of error doesn't just happen with non-native English speakers, it's actually quite common with native English speakers as well. Let's go back to this sentence. I'm going to say it with a rising intonation. I finished the report yesterday. I finished the report yesterday. Even though it's a statement, the rising tone at the end of it makes it seem like you're asking for approval or that you're unsure. Now, let's try saying that sentence again, but this time with a falling intonation at the end. I finished the report yesterday. I finished the report yesterday. Same words, different message. Remember, rising intonation isn't wrong. It can be used when you're genuinely asking a question or you do actually need some validation from the listener. But when it comes to statements and using it all the time, it really can make you come across to the listener that you're not really convinced by what you're saying. And the idea is trying to sound convincing with what you're saying in British English to the listener so that they understand you, but also so that they believe you. We actually have a term for this, for when people often rise in intonation at the end of statements, but they do it continuously throughout their speech. We call it Upspeak or Uptalk. It's something that people are aware of subconsciously when someone is speaking like that they don't really seem too confident or they're not very reassured by what they're saying. That's why it's really useful to be aware of it so that you can try and avoid having this speech pattern and actually adopt patterns that will make you come across more confident to English speakers and listeners. Now let's practice with this sentence. Listen to how I say it and then say it after me. I can lead the meeting. I can lead the meeting. Those are 3 of some of the pronunciation errors that I hope you can avoid so that you can sound more confident in speaking British English. If it has been helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which pronunciation errors you find difficult in avoiding, and subscribe for more videos on improving your British English.